Hey, I'm Jim Spanner, and you're watching Brew Brothers. Cheers.
What's up, Brew Babies? We're the Brew Brothers. You probably haven't noticed, but we're feeling a little bloated recently because of all the yeast and carbs we've been intaking, so we've got a special one for you this week.
Yeah, and let me tell you, it wasn't easy to find. Usually they only carry it at the local Whole Foods, but since the big Amazon buyout, it was pretty tough to find. We had to use Mom's Prime account to ship it. So here it is in all of its organic glory. Natural light.
You know, I wonder if organic beers get a better pour.
Yeah, I wonder. Let's
do it.
find out.
Wow.
You know, it really feels like Mother Nature was like on a road trip and she just decided to let loose. She couldn't hold it anymore.
I love the organic colors in this.
You know, if the Nile was filled with beer, it would be this beer.
I'm gonna feel good about myself while I'm drinking this beer. Should we do it?
Let's do it.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
Yeah. Wow. What are you thinking?
Yeah, the taste is really quite earthy, if you catch my drift.
Yeah.
Essence-wise, I'm somewhere beneath the crust. Definitely deeper than the outer core. I'm like lowering toward the mantle, I think. I'm like not quite at Earth's fiery core. It's really quite balanced and level-headed.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, when I first tasted it, I thought it was pretty peppery. I was leaning towards that, but now with the aftertaste, it's almost like it's botanic. It's like Mom's old dead green bean patch she'd tend to every morning.
Yeah, every morning.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah.
But it's pretty bitter, too. What about the IBUs?
Yeah, IBU-wise, I think the all-natural ingredients really play up that bitterness.
Yeah.
And I love that. I think it's, you know, sometimes with these artificial ingredients, you really lose out on that.
For sure, yeah. Well, it's the same thing with hops. A lot of beers use artificial hops, but these are naturally light hops. It makes it very, very hoppy. This is like the kind of beer you'd find a bunny drinking, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
This beer's bitterness, it's really bringing back some bitter memories.
Yeah, for me too, but like kind of in a good way. I think maybe we should just address this head on.
Think we should take this beer on a trip down memory lane?
Yeah.
For better or for worse?
You know, this beer reminds me of that time in first grade. I think the bell was about to ring, and the teacher wouldn't let me go to the bathroom, so I just went, pissed my pants. But you know, it's okay. I learned my lesson. When you gotta go, you gotta go. Now I just go wherever I want.
This beer reminds me of the time I was in the 6th grade giving a presentation on magic tricks and I got a boner in front of the whole class. But hey, it's okay, you know? Erections are a natural part of life and I just played it off as an illusion.
You know, it reminds me of another time we were at the craft beer festival in like 5th grade with Dad, and I had to use the restroom, and I went to a urinal and I ended up using the urinal cake as a bar of soap. But you know it's okay because pee's really sterile, so I ended up being really clean.
This beer reminds me when I was 13 years old and I took my girlfriend to see Terminator Salvation on opening night. I wanted to hold her hand, but I was too nervous, so I offered her a Tic Tac. When she reached out to get it, I grabbed her hand and forced my sweaty palm upon hers. But it's okay because it saved me a Tic Tac when we broke up 4 days later.
You know, another thing it reminds me of is when I got fired from my last waiter job. I always forgot to wash my hands after I took a pee. But you know it's okay. Because now I got this sick job at TGI on Fridays, and they don't give a fuck there. I can do whatever I want.
Reminds me of the first time I told a woman I loved her. She laughed in my face and told me I was emotionally dead inside, incapable of such feelings. But it's okay, because she was right. I am dead inside. Alright, Ben, we tasted the beer, we talked about it, we went through therapy with the beer. How do you rate Natural Light?
You know, I thought about it deep down to my core, and I think this beer is as good as any. I think I'm going to give it another perfect 5 out of 5.
I think I've got to agree. I've never been more affected by a beer in the world. But you know what sucks? That's all the time we have.
Yep.
So get out there, get yourself a natural light, and have a busy night.
Cheers.